Hockey town, going down to hockey town, whoa, whoa. Hockey town, take me down to hockey town, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, hockey fans. The Minnesota Hockey Connection is on the air. We're on the air for the next half hour. I'm Kenny Gallagher along with Jerry Burrow, and we're going to talk hockey from high school to the pros and everything in between. Jerry, a great weekend for UMD Bulldog hockey, both men and women. Let's start with the men because that was a thrilling weekend. A home-and-home series, Friday night in Minnesota, a huge 3-1 win. And then here at Amsoil, record crowd and a 3-0 win. They shut out the highly vaunted Minnesota Gophers. And it shows in the Division I poll, Minnesota Duluth, number 5.
Number 5 in the USA CHO.
Yeah,
And who's number 1?
your favorite team?
Omaha?
With no name.
Oh, North Dakota's
North
still number
Dakota,
1.
number one.
Okay. That's funny because who did they play this last weekend? They played Bemidji State. And they tied the first night. You'd think they would go down a little bit.
The Division I men's poll just came out for October 19th. North Dakota, number 1. Number 2, Nebraska Omaha. Providence, Boston College. And the top 5 rounded out Minnesota Duluth. I'm stunned, shocked that Minnesota is in the top 20.
They are?
They got them tied with Merrimack.
How can that be?
Jerry,
They haven't played.
this
They're
is
0-3 in each game.
I know.
They
How
scored
did-
1 goal in 3 games.
The team that beat them in the opening week, Vermont, is receiving other votes.
I think these poll people that vote on this should go to jail on this.
Without a get free out of jail card.
Right.
But really, I mean, come on. Minnesota they're tied for 20th with Merrimack. Merrimack's 2-0.
I think Pairwise has it right because they had the Gophers around 33 or something like that. They should be in the 30s.
Well, they should not be in the top 20.
No.
They just shouldn't
No.
be.
They're not fighting.
It's,
Yeah, it's insane sometimes.
I'm beginning to wonder if we should even look at this men's poll.
But one nice thing is that NCHC league is they're loaded with teams. The only team that's not playing halfway decent right now is Colorado College.
So this Big Ten hockey, can we say that this has been a disaster up to this point?
Right.
I mean, the rivalries are gone. Wisconsin isn't selling out. Where do they play at the Kohl Center?
Well, they called it 6,000, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, they said there was 6,000 there, and then they put film on it. They said there was lucky to be about 2,500.
I understand in Wisconsin now, and down where the Badgers play, season tickets are down 23%. This is a result of this Big Ten hockey, and I got to tell you, they can have the television contract all they want, but when you bust up rivalries, especially at college hockey, college football can survive this perhaps, college basketball, but not college hockey.
But think about it too. First of all, they're not going to the game right now because they're not playing good. Second, okay, it's on TV, but if you're not playing good, who's going to watch it on TV?
Exactly.
So the ad revenue has to go way down too.
And this isn't going to change. The Big Ten did this to themselves. The NCHC isn't going away. I don't want the Bulldogs to play outside this league. This is a great
No.
league.
Go back to the original WCHA or keep it the way it is for the NCHC.
Well, are you enjoying your Big Ten hockey? NCHC is alive and well, and we're loving it. And the UMD Bulldogs have put together a very nice team.
2 wins over the weekend and complete domination, second, third period down at Mariucci Arena Friday night. And I tell you, the local boys, they had a great weekend. They're playing hard. I mean, I like every one of these local boys.
UMD will play at Notre Dame this coming weekend. 6:30 start on Friday, 5:30 start on Saturday. And check your television schedules for that.
It's going to be on TV?
I don't know.
Oh.
Check your schedules.
Okay.
Should be some TV on it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe CBS Sports or something like that might put a game on.
right.
Yeah. So, but hey, it was a great weekend for the Bulldogs. Friday night, their power play, they moved the puck. They got a couple power play goals, and it was a good victory. And they followed through on Saturday. It came right off that first period, man. They just dominated that first period. And
They've begun
It's not-
a tradition of winning at Mariucci.
yeah. Well, look at that's 5 victories in a row over Minnesota in just some years' time.
The Bulldogs on Saturday night did not score a power play goal. I think they had 4 chances. Minnesota 0 for 7 on the power play Saturday night at Amsoil.
Right, I'm just looking at their lineup, and I tell you, I mean, they got some players. I mean, they got Mr. Hockey. It's been around. This is his 3rd year.
Justin Kloos.
Yep, and they got Hudson Fashing that came out of Ann Arbor development team, and he was an Apple Valley boy, and he's a pro draft and big boy. And
I think you got to look down to the goaltender because Wilcox is gone, and that seems to be where they've
yeah, but
suffered.
Really, I'm not saying it's the goalie's fault yet.
All right.
I think if you want to put one player that's probably played a little better than average, is the goaltender.
Yeah. All right.
So, I mean, he's not playing super great, but he's playing better than average. I mean, he made a lot of good saves. He's a little shaky Saturday night, the first half of the game, but then he settled down and he played all right. But I don't know. They got, let's see, 1, 2, 3.
Well, look at the defense. They don't have a senior on defense. There is not a senior defenseman on the Gophers team.
That's right. And I say they got 2 from Ann Arbor, development big boys and that, and I haven't noticed a big development from them. I think that development team out in Ann Arbor should go with probably about 500 kids and put it all over the United States and develop 500 instead of 2 teams with 50 kids. And you'll have more kids and probably, I don't know, I just never liked that small number and the way they develop the kids out there.
UMD women had a good weekend. They had wins Friday and Saturday night was it Mankato?
Yes.
Yeah.
Minnesota State.
Minnesota State Mankato, a sweep of the Mavericks, the UMD women that is, at Amsoil over the weekend. And then they'll play at Minnesota this weekend. Minnesota ranked number 1 in the nation, first place in the WCHA. So the Bulldogs have their hands full this weekend. 6 o'clock and 4 o'clock starts at Minnesota. And then the following week, they'll host the Wisconsin Badgers, the number 1 and 2 teams in the nation right now,
Right.
at least in the WCHA.
Well, it's going to be a wake-up call for the new coach. So, because on Saturday night, the Gophers beat Ohio State 11-2.
Oh my!
And the night before it was 7-2. So 18-4 in 2 nights.
Yeah, yeah.
So they look like they're on their way to repeat or Wisconsin, which of those 2 teams have been in the top 3 for the last 10 years. So 2 good hockey programs.
UMD women at Minnesota this weekend. The UMD men at Notre Dame. College of St. Scholastica will start their play in Division III hockey Friday, October 30th. They'll host University of Wisconsin River Falls at 7 o'clock. And then Saturday, Halloween night, Saints and the Blue Devils of Wisconsin Stout, Saturday, October 31st. Again, a 7 o'clock start. Minnesota Wilderness, Jerry, 2nd place in the Midwest Division of the NAHL.
Right.
They've won 6 consecutive games.
Right. They're only 4 points behind Fairbanks, and they're playing real good hockey. And they got 3 players that were in the USHL came back to the Wilderness now. So they got 3 really good players.
Aaron Miller.
Aaron Miller came back, yeah.
Out of Superior. Yeah.
Yeah. He was one of their leading scorers last year, and boy, it's good to see him. I saw him on Thursday night, and he looked real good, like he didn't miss a shift,
The Wilderness will host Minot this weekend, Friday and Saturday, 7:30 starts at Northwoods Credit Union Arena. And then they'll host Bismarck Friday and Saturday, the 30th and 31st. So a Halloween game up in Cloquet, Wilderness and Bismarck. And again, those are 7:30 starts.
Yeah, Minog's a very good team, so if you want to see some good hockey, I'd get out to Cloquet this weekend. UMD's out of town, and the D3 teams don't start for the week after, and so it'll be some good hockey. You'll notice how good the North American Hockey League is because
for sure.
the Minnesota Gophers, they got 6 players on their team from the North American Hockey League. They never, maybe 1 or 2, usually it's a goalie, and he'd be the second or third string goalie that'd be from the North American Hockey League team, but they got 6 players on that team right now.
Let's come back to this Bulldog men's team. You've got to see him more than I have. Jared Thomas,
Right, Hermantown boy?
a real deal?
Yep. He's a good fit for them. And all the local boys. And plus they another one that's coming in, I've been watching on the Elite League for high school, is Scott Perinovich. He plays for Hibbing. He's only a junior, but he's a third leading defense man. He's a third leading scorer in the whole league.
What league?
In the Elite League for high school.
Okay.
Upper Midwest Elite League. So that's the elite players in high school. But I'm saying, they're
Yeah.
getting the local boys now, and they're good fits for the team.
Well, that's great, Jer.
Yeah. Well, they got Pionk Neil that's playing his first year at UMD.
How has he
now.
looked so far?
Good.
Yeah.
I like his style.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the biggest kid, but he hits like he's 6'4".
Yeah.
He's a good little player.
Yeah.
So he plays with Andy Walensky, the captain of the team from Duluth East, and so they've been playing real good together.
You know, speaking of Duluth East, it was really a thrill for me, and I'm sure you as well and our viewers, to watch Derek Forbert make his NHL debut. He's with the Los Angeles Kings, and he was penciled in for the game against the Wild on Friday night. And boy, wasn't that something. Finally, Derek has cracked the big
Right.
boys roster, and he was playing on national television, and it was neat. FSN carried the game.
Right.
But they had a graphic set up, and the camera zoomed in on him, and it said, "A product of Glen Avon Hockey,
Glen Avon.
2008-2009 Duluth East Greyhounds NHL debut." And I thought, my goodness, his mom and dad and
Yeah,
family
they all
and
flew out
friends.
there.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. So Derek Forbert has made his way into the NHL. Hopefully he stays there for a long, long time. But wasn't it something to see Derek get his first penalty in the NHL? And he did it by taking out a former Duluth Bulldog of the
Yeah.
Wild,
Justin
Fontaine. Just neat stuff.
And plus, he's paired up with the number 1 defense man on L.A. Kings, is Drew Doughty. So,
And he wears an iconic number 7.
oh, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Derek Forbert is in the NHL, and the torch for Duluth native, a player in the NHL, born in Duluth, the torch has been handed to Derek Forbert, and he's going to carry it hopefully for a long time. And I think he's the first Duluth native to play in the NHL since Sean Hill.
Fairchild. He played a few games. Cade Fairchild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
All right.
played for St. Louis. They brought him up a few times.
There you go. There
So-
you go.
Yeah. But still, that's great for Duluth and great for Derek to get there. A lot of hard work.
Yeah, it sure is.
A lot of hard work. And some other news in pro hockey is Devin Dubnyk got his 100th victory out there in Arizona.
Yes.
So finally 100 victory. But he's not playing as well yet as he did last year. His save percentage
Yeah.
is about 0.887, and then last year was 0.936. And goals per game average was, so far this year is about 3 goals per game, and it was 1.76, 1.78, something like that.
The Wild, for some reason, they're like a 4-barrel carburetor. You know, they work hard,
Right.
but there's just not a lot of reward. There's not a lot of.
Yeah, they only got 2 goals off, well, 2 good teams, but the funny thing about it, these 2 teams didn't have a victory until they played the Wild.
Exactly.
And first it was LA Kings Friday night. They were 0-3, and so the Kings get their first victory. And then 2 days later, last night, Anaheim Ducks, 0-3. They get their first victory.
Anaheim had only scored 1 goal.
And guess who their next game is against? A team that
Columbus.
they thought, yeah, a team that they thought was going to be in the playoff picture for sure. They're 0-6 so far.
Isn't that something?
So I hope that doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything.
Right. Boy, the Wild really had an opportunity to, get their monkey out the back because they've
Yeah.
really struggled against Anaheim. And I thought they played well, and they certainly had opportunities. A couple of posts, maybe 3 posts in that game, but wasn't meant to be. They lost those games in LA and Anaheim. But Thursday night, they'll take on Columbus. And then Saturday, they'll host Anaheim at XL Energy Center. And that game
Yeah.
time is
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Yeah, a little earlier, a
Yeah.
couple hours early. Oh, Thomas Vanek got his 300th goal too on this trip.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So-
he had what we thought was his 300th.
Yeah.
And then the goal was given to,
Charlie
Coyle.
Coyle.
So he
Yeah.
had to wait, but he finally.
And I think they made the right decision there because I thought it was
Yeah.
Coyle's too. But still, hey, good for Thomas. And I think he's playing a little better. He has a little more oomph into him this year. So hopefully he keeps that up. So that's good. Oh, by the way, they rescheduled UMD Bemidji State from the power outage to February 9th, Tuesday game though.
A Tuesday
night.
game. What time?
I think it's going to be 7 o'clock.
Yeah. And people with tickets can
Right.
attend that game
Right.
on a Tuesday night.
And I guess they said if you can trade it in too for another ticket or maybe get your money back too. I think
Yeah.
they can do that. So they're giving you all the options, but call the ticket office on that.
Well, the Bulldogs had a record crowd Saturday night, over 7,000. I don't recall.
They called
the number.
7,500, 7,525 or something like that.
And I watched the game on TV, and I got to tell you, I don't know what's up with all the empty seats.
Well, it's tickets sold.
I understand, but where are these people at?
Right.
It's
Well,
the biggest ticket
I'll
in town.
tell you one thing that really was strange. I've been to the Gopher games up here every year. And this is the first time I didn't see that many Gopher fans. So the Gopher
Oh,
fans
yeah.
aren't following them. Usually
Oh,
they come
sure,
up here and try
sure.
to take our tickets.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're glad that the tables have turned, and we're enjoying it because this Bulldog men's hockey team, they got something cooking, and stay tuned as to where this team goes as the season progresses.
Oh, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
there was a news conference on Saturday morning with the Bulldogs, and they're gonna, in 2017, they're gonna host the Icebreaker Tournament. That's college D1 where they start this season, and they get 4 teams to come to your arena. And the teams are gonna be Minnesota, UMD, Union, and Michigan Tech. So some good teams. And I think Minnesota and UMD will be playing each other, and then Union, Michigan Tech, and then the winners and losers play the next night.
Yeah, October 6th and 7th next year. And Minnesota, Michigan Tech, Union, and UMD, like you said, at Amsoil Arena for the annual event organized by College Hockey Inc. and the Hockey Commissioners Association. Denver is scheduled to host this year's event at
Okay.
Magnus Arena with Denver, Air Force, Boston College, and Ohio State.
Okay.
This is an event that's been taking place now for several.
20, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be the 21st when UMD hosts it. So that's good.
What is the process? How do they pick the host school?
I have no idea, but it's a big process
Yeah.
because there's a lot of money involved.
Now, what did I hear that the NCAA has ruled out UMD getting a regional game during regional play? What's that all about?
Because they don't want you to play on your home turf stadium.
So they're going to pick arenas that don't have teams in
Right.
D1 hockey.
That don't play their games there.
So that's not going to happen.
So that's why
Well, then why does North Dakota get to host
that's
it?
true. Well, sometimes they have it down in Fargo. No, with the new stadium down in Fargo. But I don't know if they're having it at Ingolstadt or not.
Yeah.
But it's going to be down in St. Paul, XL, for the regions this year.
Something ain't adding up.
They've had that there
Yeah.
at the XL.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Who cares? I mean, is it that big of a thing?
That'd be nice to see a
I guess.
regional played here. And
They see a big advantage, maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. Let's see what else. Oh, by the way, remember Mears Moore? He
Well,
played for
yeah.
Duluth East,
He's
defenseman.
been a guest on this show.
And he scored his first goal in college hockey.
Did he?
Yeah, against Alaska Anchorage a week ago.
And Mears is playing with.
RPI.
All right. Okay.
Out back east.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mears Moore, a son of Skeeter.
Yeah. So that's good for him.
That is.
He had a tough goal in the USHL, and he went up to Canada and played last year, and they kept his commitment for college and that, and now he's playing a lot.
Now-
And the funny thing about it, they had some injuries in forwards. He was playing forward.
Oh my.
Yeah, yeah. Can't remember him playing forward in high school.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
good for him, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very offensive player, though. So
Any word on Hockey Day Minnesota? Of course, Duluth is going to host it. This is going to be played at Bayfront Park.
Right.
They're going to assemble a rink down there.
Saturday, February 6th.
And in case of inclement weather, or for whatever reason they can't play it outdoors, they'll play it.
Right now, it's set up for the Heritage Center, but that can change. But
Why wouldn't they do it at Amsoil?
I don't get it either.
That's right
I don't know.
adjacent to the Bayfront.
I guess there's too much going on, and if something goes wrong, then they can't get the college game in.
All
Or
right.
something, they have the rights. The college has the rights for everything down there.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if the women are playing that day too. I'm not sure there, but yeah, because you're gonna drop it down to 2,000. If the weather's nice outside, you're gonna get 4,000 or 5,000 there for sure.
Now, that'll be February 6th.
Right. And we're going to have some guests on in probably the next couple of weeks from the Hockey Day Minnesota committee.
All right. Well, there's a lot going on that month. Of course, Hockey Day Minnesota, Duluth being the host. And then the Minnesota Wild will play outdoors. They'll host the Chicago Blackhawks. That's a 2:30 game on Sunday, February 21st. But I'm looking forward to this alumni game, the North Stars versus the Blackhawks.
Oh,
And if you go to the
Yeah.
Minnesota Wild website, you can check out the roster. And there's just some great
they're not
names.
going to have a heart attack going one length of the ice, are they?
No, they'll be okay.
Okay.
They'll be okay. Yeah.
They're going to have extra medics. Though.
Well, maybe. Yeah.
Hey, you know that when Big Ten opened up, when Minnesota went to the Big Ten and left the WCHA and broke up the leagues, they started the North Star Cup
Yes.
at the XL. And they've taken all the 4 of the Minnesota teams, but Minnesota's always in it.
Right.
Then they take 3 and one doesn't play 1 year and then rotates.
And this year,
This year, Duluth is out, but
Minnesota's glad to hear that.
yeah. But here's a nice thing about it: what they finally figured it out. It's a Friday night game. People have to take off work, come down early because it's Bemidji State, Mankato, Duluth, St. Cloud, and that. So now they're going to do it on Saturday and Sunday instead of Friday and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Plus, they're going to have the games 1 and 4 o'clock, so Sunday they can get back home. So they got smart there.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, good.
Yeah. So this year the North Star will have every Minnesota D1 team except UMD this year. And then
Where are those games played at?
XL.
Oh, they are.
They always play at
All
the
right.
XL.
All right.
Yeah. So that's good. Well, in the Elite League, the Upper Midwest Elite League, which is the best high school kids right now that play in the fall, the North team, which is mainly the Hermantown, Grand Rapids, and Duluth East, there's 15 kids from those 3 schools, and they're leading the league. And let's see if I have the. No, I didn't bring that piece of paper. But they're leading the league by about 6-7 points. So they're way ahead, and I don't see any chance they're going to win the league. So that's nice for the North.
Yeah.
So a bunch of local kids.
Great.
Yeah.
And they'll wrap up soon?
Yeah, this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be 4 of the teams will be at Mars Lakeview Arena.
This weekend?
Yes. So I know Saturday night and Sunday morning, and I think there's some Sunday afternoon games. So Lakeview Arena up at Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. It's good hockey. It's up
Yeah.
and down, and these are the best high school players. So
I'm still impressed with the NAHL and that level of play, and I'll be up at the game on Friday,
okay,
the 30th. I'll be doing the PA up there, and it's they've got great entertainment in between periods. They've got the human slingshot. They had dodgeball one weekend.
And they got
I was up
beer.
there. They serve beer at the Northwoods Credit Union Arena for
Right.
Wilderness Hockey.
that's
Yes, they
right.
do.
And some people like it.
Yeah. I mean, what the heck, you know.
Oh, I was just looking. Two of the kids in the USHL league, which is the the only Tier 1 league in United States, and the kid from Elk River was Mr. Hockey last year. He's fourth in scoring, Jake Jaremko, and he's 8-1 and 8 goals and 1 assist so far for 9 points. And a UMD recruit is 10th, Nick Sweeney. So he's coming to UMD. He was a Lakeville South. A lot of people don't remember him because he took off a year early. This is his senior year right now. He's playing down in the USHL, but smaller player, but very skilled. So that's another recruit that's coming in from Minnesota.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know. Well, look at, someone said last night that we have just as many Minnesota kids almost now on the lineup as the Gophers.
Oh my,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's getting close right now.
Okay. Well, we're down to the final couple of minutes here of the Minnesota Hockey Connection. You can find us online, minnesotahockeyconnection.com, and on Facebook. Go to our Facebook page and like us there. We want to thank the staff at PAC TV, Public Access Community Television, and City Hall in downtown Duluth, where this program is produced. And your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Well, everything's going right now. Just two things. D3 will start at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And high school will start second week of November. So
Second week of November?
yeah.
Boy, that's early.
Practice starts November 9th.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
So 1 week they have scrimmages, and then teams will be playing about 19th.
Jeez.
Yeah. So everything's going.
All right. Well, we appreciate you tuning in and checking out the Minnesota Hockey Connection. Again, go to our Facebook page, go to our website, and drop us a line if you'd like, and give us some of your thoughts. And with that, we'll be back here next week to drop the puck.